Has opened its doors, and automakers are putting out some quality stuff to get you in and try to get their hands on your cold hard cash. ABC2's Rosie Leftwich gives us a preview of the grand showroom.
Sleek lines, nice curves, and a really nice wide rear end. We're talking about cars, and we're talking about the things that make you look at it and say, yes, I want that. But it's not just about the curves, it's about this, and yes, this.
The economy, can't afford 2 payments.
Maryland auto dealers say while the rest of the economy was in recession, they were in a depression over the past 2.5 years. Sales of new cars were stagnant. The 2011, they say, is shaping up to be a good year as folks finally get back into the showroom because, well, they have to.
The average age of the vehicles in the United States is the oldest it's ever been. It's over 8 years, so there is a significant amount of pent-up demand. I think you're going to see it from the auto show this week. We're hoping that sales are going to be up 12 to 15% on new cars and trucks in Maryland this year, and I think we're going to hit that number.
And the Fusion?
And pent-up demand is one of the driving forces behind a lot of the new sales. Uncertainty over employment and the economy kept many folks away, but now old Bessie is just that, way too old.
It's really come down to the point where the car we have right now is going on the deteriorating side, and we need to replace.
Well, I'm also in the market coming up in the middle of this year, later in the summer. So this is a great opportunity to look at all the different vehicles.
If you would like to call someone, you simply press the media button that's again located right on your steering wheel.
And as the lovely Daniela explains, this is also getting people back into the showroom. Gadgets. This Ford Festiva is loaded with gadgets. They call it My Ford Touch, a system that helps the driver do just about anything. The screen sort of looks a little bit like an iPhone. It comes in most Ford models right now. Need a pizza? Well, this guy can find you one.
Say a line number.
Control the steering wheel, and it'll parallel park you, so you don't need to worry about that at all. So they're making big advancements in helping the car and user assistance and helping out with the technology.
And that was Rosie Leftwich reporting. And, it's really a one-stop shop and a one-stop show for the weekend at the Baltimore Convention Center. And for more on that, you just saw him in the package, so we brought him in studio. Pete Kitzmiller with the Maryland Auto Dealers Association. And, sir, welcome and good morning.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so it's wall-to-wall cars, wall-to-wall models, wall-to-wall auto dealers. Who do you see this weekend that's making the biggest push to get their product online?
I think the three hottest manufacturer right now, Hyundai, Ford, and General Motors. They have the newest products, but everybody's got something exciting down there.
Everyone's got something, but you mentioned Hyundai. It seems like they're really trying to make a push to get some market share out there in the cars because one of the things they're marketing across the board is affordability.
Yes, and they've actually even expanded. They have a new model at the show that you're going to be able to see called the Equus. It's a $69,000 Hyundai. They're going into the luxury segment as well, so they're a very hot company right now.
Okay, as a consumer, what is going to entice me to buy, and I'm not going to buy one, a $70,000 Hyundai versus a $70,000 Mercedes?
Well, that's what they have to convince people that their brand is worth it. That's one of the things that's going to be great for them about the auto show. People can actually, the crowd around that car last night was amazing. You can sit in the car, you can see the car. If you didn't know it was a Hyundai, you would think it was maybe a Lexus or a Jaguar or something like that, but that's what the auto show is all about.
Now, going back to Rosie's package, we talked about the touch screen right there that was in one of the Ford motor vehicles. It seems like so much is being placed right now in terms of distractions on drivers. Is there sort of a disconnect here with this? Because it seems like that touch screen, if you've got someone in the front seat with you, it seems that could be a real problem for drivers if they weren't more disciplined.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things I think you're going to see at the show that the manufacturers trying to address. That is a touch screen, but also now most of them are being done by voice commands because distracted driving is an issue. One of the things that you'll see down there is some of the manufacturers now have the ability for you to get your text messages on your phone through your stereo system so that they'll be read to you. So they are trying to address the distraction because there are a lot of things going on in a car. You can do just about everything. So a lot of it's becoming voice activated. They are trying to work with the smartphones to like I said, to get text messages, maybe even at some point to be able to send messages that way. So there are a lot of technologies available, but that is an issue going forward, absolutely.
All right, coolness factor out there in terms of affordability. What is the most affordable car we're going to see on the showroom?
Kia has some very affordable cars. General Motors, Ford, so does Toyota. So there are a lot of the lower end vehicles are having more and more content put in, even though they're at the lower end of the scale.
All right, high end. What is the most expensive, most dazzling toy on four wheels?
Well, now we do have some Bentleys there that are
okay. That's
cars.
off the table. That's off the table.
Jaguar has some very, very nice vehicles. My favorite car at the show, there's a car called a Cadillac CTS-V Coupe. Has 554 horsepower. It's sort of like a Ford two-door coupe-like Corvette. It's a great car.
All right, so you just told me what your favorite was. What's going to be my favorite? I mean, I drive a Toyota 4Runner. What am I going to want to see?
There are a ton of new crossover SUVs. Lexus has one. General Motors has a couple. The Terrain, and Ford as well. So there's a lot of great crossover SUVs down there as well.
All right, Pete. Thanks so much for the time. Continued success. There's the information for you. 10 to 10 tonight, 10 to 10 tomorrow night, 10 to 7 on Sunday. AutoShowBaltimore.com. We'll have this information on our website, abc2news.com.